Making headlines this hour, the president commends mothers as the real heroes behind global progress and success, highlighting their pivotal role in shaping society. First Lady Sajida Muhammad reaffirms the essential role of love, care, and proper guidance in shaping the lives of children. And the Maldives welcomes the announcement of an immediate ceasefire between India and Pakistan, calling it a crucial step towards stability in South Asia.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum and welcome to PSM News in English with me, Abdullah Ahil. And now the news in detail. President Dr. Mohammad Muiz commends mothers as the real heroes behind global progress and success, heightening their pivotal role in shaping society. In a statement shared on social media to mark International Mother's Day, the president extended his congratulations and reflected on the profound contributions of maternal figures. Mother's Day, he said, serves as a solemn reminder of the most valuable sacrifice, maternal love. He described mothers as the driving force behind the world's achievements and expressed good wishes for the occasion, calling it a joyful day. The annual observance highlights the immeasurable impact of mothers in shaping future generations. Their unwavering love and deep familial bonds, the president noted, form the foundation of a strong and resilient nation. Yet, for many mothers, the day also underscores ongoing challenges. President Muiz's administration acknowledges the difficulties faced by single mothers, reaffirming its commitment to easing their burdens. As part of this effort, the president had pledged to increase government allowances, providing greater financial support to those in need. President Dr. Mohammad Muiz, in a National Children's Day address, reaffirmed the urgent need to safeguard Maldivian children from harmful influences, describing their upbringing as the greatest assurance for a prosperous future. He characterized children as the delight of our eyes and the comfort of our souls, underscoring their fundamental role in shaping the nation's destiny.
Marking the significance of the occasion, the president called for a collective resolve to protect children from negativity, describing Children's Day as a moment that connects the nation's present joy with its hopes for tomorrow. He pointed out that children comprise 1/4 of the Maldivian population and, in time, will assume the responsibility of leading the country. Their development into a capable generation, one that safeguards Maldivian sovereignty, dignity and cultural identity, is a national duty, he asserted. Referencing the teachings of the noble Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, President Muiz stressed the purity with which every child is born and the role of guardians in shaping their character and beliefs. Children inherently embody innocence and sincerity in their nature, he stated. They perceive adults as protectors, mentors, and supporters, always remaining receptive to the wisdom of their elders. Their behavior often mirrors the actions and examples set by those around them. Beyond protecting children from harmful influences, the president highlighted the importance of fostering a society built on mutual respect and good manners, whether at home or in public spaces. He called for an education system that equips children with the skills needed for the modern era, ensuring they are prepared to carry forward the nation's legacy as patriotic Maldivian Muslim youth. Turning his message directly to children, President Muiz urged them to recognize the value of their formative years. He encouraged them to dedicate each day to acquiring knowledge and striving for personal growth. He reminded them of their religious duties, the significance of Maldivian traditions, and the need to cultivate a profound love for their country, akin to the love they have for their mother. He also cautioned against wasting time, stressed the importance of healthy habits, and reinforced the need for respect and obedience. Reaffirming his commitment to the younger generation, President Muizu declared that children are the embodiment of the Maldives' future, with their growth and success determining the nation's path forward.
President Dr. Mohammad Muiz stresses the urgency of preparing children to navigate the sweeping transformations reshaping the world. warning that their ability to adapt will be crucial to the long-term stability of the Maldives. In a statement on National Children's Day, observed on May 10th, the president stressed that today's children will define the nation's future and must be empowered to meet the evolving challenges ahead. In his statement posted on social media, President Muiz extended his best wishes to children and their families, calling for a concerted national effort to strengthen the next generation's resilience. He likened the task to steering a nation through uncharted waters, arguing that the foundations of future leadership must be laid now. The theme of this year's National Children's Day, Happy Relationships, Happy Moments, Happy Children, underscores the profound role of parental involvement in child development. The theme highlights the lasting impact of meaningful engagement and notes that children thrive when surrounded by love and encouragement. It stresses that strong familial bonds not only shape character, but also provide the emotional stability and support necessary for social and psychological well-being. Ensuring this foundation remains a priority for the government of President Muiz, which continues to implement initiatives aimed at creating a secure and nurturing environment for children. Programs focused on safeguarding their rights, enhancing their welfare, and fostering holistic development remains central to national policy. First Lady Sajida Muhammad reaffirms the essential role of love, care, and proper guidance in shaping the lives of children, underscoring that ensuring their well-being is a collective duty shared by the entire community. Marking National Children's Day on the 10th of May, she issued a statement on social media stressing that the most fundamental needs of children are the affection and support provided by adults alongside the guidance necessary to help them navigate their formative years. Her focus on child welfare extends beyond public messaging. That same day, she inaugurated the Maldives' first National Juvenile Justice Conference, where she addressed the urgent need for intervention in cases involving children who have violated laws and regulations. She stressed that timely support is critical, ideally before they become entangled in judicial proceedings. The First Lady engagement in child advocacy also includes ongoing consultations with international and governmental agencies, as well as non-governmental organizations. She has worked closely with global entities such as the United Nations Children's Fund or UNICEF, reinforcing initiatives aimed at strengthening support systems and advancing protections for children. The Maldives welcomes the announcement of an immediate ceasefire between India and Pakistan, calling it a crucial step towards stability in South Asia. Minister of Foreign Affairs Dr. Abdullah Khalil praised the decision, commending the leadership of both nations for prioritizing diplomacy over continued hostilities. In a statement shared on social media, Dr. Khalil wrote, "I welcome the announcement of an immediate ceasefire between India and Pakistan. We commend the leadership of both countries for choosing the path of peace and dialogue and for taking steps toward regional stability." The ceasefire agreement was announced by United States President Donald Trump, who confirmed that India and Pakistan had reached an understanding to halt the exchange of attacks. His statement marked a significant development in efforts to ease tensions between the two nations, widely regarded as South Asia's principal powers. Pressure to de-escalate had been mounting, with diplomatic efforts underway to mediate the situation. The United States and China, among others, had urged both sides to halt hostilities and prioritize dialogue. The Minister of Education, Dr. Ismail Shafiu, urges society to ensure a safe and happy environment for every child. In a special video message to mark Children's Day, celebrated on the 10th of May, Minister Dr. Shafiu said everyone should aim to provide a safe and happy environment for every child, which he said can only be achieved through the hard work of the whole society. According to the minister, if the whole society can work together to provide a safe and secure environment for children, it will lead to a happy future for our children, which in turn can build a strong generation to lead the country. Every year, May 10th is celebrated as Children's Day. The theme of this year's Children's Day is Happy Relationships, Happy Times, and Happy Children. The government is committed to ensuring that every child is raised in the security and care of a family environment. Minister of Social and Family Development, Dr. Aishat Shiham, reaffirms that priority. Addressing the nation on National Children's Day, observed annually on 10th of May, the minister framed this initiative as central to the administration's child welfare strategy, aligning with the vision outlined by President Dr. Mohammad Muiz. Minister Aishat Shiham said that the theme of this year's National Children's Day, Happy Relationships, Happy Moments, Happy Children, reflects the government's emphasis on the impact of parental engagement. She stressed that the time spent with children and the strength of familial bonds play a decisive role in shaping their emotional and psychological well-being. Affection, guidance, and consistent care, she noted, form the bedrock of personality development, while a nurturing family environment fosters confidence and social adaptability. For children to thrive, she stated that relationships must provide stability. Those who experience meaningful connections and moments of joy, the minister said, tend to develop resilience, excelling educationally and socially. The skills gained from such an upbringing, she said, prepare them for a productive, well-adjusted life and reinforce their ability to contribute positively to society. A family, she underscored, offers the most effective foundation for moral guidance, emotional security, and the acquisition of social values. Despite the government's commitment to family-based care, some children remain in a state custody due to challenging circumstances. Minister Aishat Shiham pointed to research demonstrating that institutional care is rarely the best solution for long-term child welfare. To address this, President Muiz's administration introduced Ufa Avehi, a program designed to transition children from state custody into family homes. Launched within the first 14 weeks of his tenure, the initiative works to reconnect children with families while simultaneously strengthening the fostering system to facilitate temporary placements. Since its implementation, the initiative has successfully placed 72 children with families. The minister noted, a milestone she sees as progress toward ensuring all children grow up in a stable household. Switzerland and the United States agrees to accelerate trade talks, Switzerland's president said after holding separate meetings with both U.S. and Chinese officials.
President Karin Keller-Sutter said it was good that the two sides had chosen to meet in Switzerland in meetings that have been described by Trump administration officials as a step towards de-escalating tensions with China. Keller-Sutter said Switzerland wanted to be among the next countries to reach an agreement with the U.S. on tariffs after news of a deal between Washington and London. U.S. President Donald Trump and British Prime Minister Keir Starmer on May 8 announced a limited bilateral trade agreement that leaves in place Trump's 10% tariffs on British exports, modestly expands agriculture access for both countries, and lowers prohibitive U.S. duties on British car exports.
Leaders from France, Germany, Poland, and the UK arrives in Kiev after overnight train journeys from Poland for talks with Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky.
British Prime Minister Keir Starmer, French President Emmanuel Macron, and German Chancellor Friedrich Merz were greeted by Ukrainian Foreign Minister Andriy Sybiha and other officials after stepping off their train. Poland's Prime Minister Donald Tusk arrived on a separate train and is due to join the three leaders for the meeting. This is the first time the leaders of the four countries have traveled together to Ukraine. The summit will discuss a US and European proposal for a 30-day ceasefire in the Russian war in Ukraine that, if refused by Moscow, would see them jointly impose new sanctions, a French diplomatic source said, adding that the step had not yet been finalized.
An update on sports. Bongakule Longwane, Anthony Marcanic, and Robin Lod each scored goals to lead Minnesota United to a 4-1 victory over Inter Miami on May 10th afternoon in St. Paul.
On the turn, good strength from him this time, Robin Lod.
Minnesota 6-2-4, 22 points, won its second consecutive MLS match and third in a row across all competitions. The Loons handed Inter Miami 6-2-3, 21 points, its most lopsided loss in league play this season. Miami played without forward Luis Suarez, who did not make the trip due to personal reasons, and without left winger Fafa Picol due to illness. Lionel Messi scored his sixth goal this season in MLS play 3 minutes into the second half to cut Miami's deficit at the time to 2-1. Messi struck when he took a feed from Jordi Alba in the box and quickly redirected the ball into the back of the net near the back post. But disaster struck later in the second half for Inter Miami when Marcelo Weigand tried to head away a corner kick by Minnesota's Joaquin Pereira, but unintentionally tapped the ball into his own goal to push the Loons' edge to 3-1 in the 68th minute. Moments later, Minnesota took advantage of the momentum swing on a brilliant play by Tani Oluwaseyi, who beat his defender and delivered a perfect cross to Lod. As he came racing up the middle of the field, Lod fired a shot past Inter Miami goalkeeper Oscar Ustari to stretch the lead to 3 in the 70th minute. Minnesota scored on set pieces twice. The first came just before halftime on a throw-in from Michael Boxall. The long toss was headed across the front of the goal by Nicolas Romero to the back post. Marcanic positioned himself under the ball quickly and headed it past Ustari in the second minute of first half stoppage time to give Minnesota a 2-0 lead. Longwane scored Minnesota's first goal in the 32nd minute off assists from Carlos Harvey and Pereira, who drew 3 Miami defenders away from the goal and fed the ball to Harvey in space. Harvey then sent the ball forward quickly to Longwane, who snuck it past Ustari.
Archaeologists excavating a former fish market in Barcelona have uncovered the wreck of a ship that may have sunk off the Catalonian coast around 500 years ago.
The team discovered the ruined stern of a large vessel likely to have gone down in the 15th or 16th centuries. A sizable fragment of the ship, measuring 10 meters long and 3 meters wide with more than 30 curved wooden ribs, was found well preserved at a depth of 5 meters below sea level. Santiago Palacios, 30, director of the archaeological team, said the discovery is of great significance because well-preserved underwater archaeological remains are rare. He added that more details will emerge as the excavation progresses. According to him, what they have uncovered is a fragment of a ship likely of Mediterranean-style construction, but with influences from the Atlantic, probably from the Basque Country or Galicia. To ensure the preservation of the naval find, the team must prevent it from drying out, meaning it must be constantly watered both day and night.
That's all the news we have for today. We will be back with any further updates. Until then, I'm Abdullah Ahil from PSM News.